Elon and Trump just dropped a bombshell. This is crazy for the stock market. If you do the right thing this week, you could make a lot of money. If you do the wrong thing, you'll miss out this great opportunity. My name is John. I have been investing for 35 plus years and have retired through simple trading and investing. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what I'm going to do this week to make money in the market. If you watch till the end, you have a clear picture on exactly what to do. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe. I'm going to making this video every day. Let's get right into the chart. As you can see, we are on the SPY ETF and we are looking at the daily chart. As you can see right here, we are about 15 points away from all-time high here on the SPY. If you look at the QQQ chart, we are about 10 points away from all-time high here as well. The overall market, we end up having the job earlier into the year with tariffs, end up driving price toward the downside. And as you can see, the market are now driving back toward the upside here. This is due to the tariff relief that we had with the overall market. So coming into the next few weeks on their overall indices, I do expect a push back up in towards your all-time highs, being your 539. So currently, when I'm looking at this daily chart, a lot of people are short. We are back at the original areas where we originally dropped from the terrace. We do expect a potential melt up slowly all the way back towards your all-time highs. So don't be surprised if we do end up moving there on the major indices. So this is a quick overview of what we are looking at. If we zoom out onto the weekly chart, you can see the markets are very much bullish. We ended up retesting the levels all the way back from your 2022 highs here on the SPY. If you look at the QQQ, this is your perfect retest. As you can see here, this is the exact areas I was buying a lot of my long-term position for a move back toward the highs. So now let's take a look at some of the names that I'm interested in coming into the next few weeks. Number one, what we do have here is Tesla. If you guys haven't been paying attention, is that we have had a bit of thrill between Trump and Elon. Essentially, what happened with Trump and Elon is politics. So if we go back into the chart here, as you can see, the original reason why Tesla was so attractive to begin with post-election was because of his alliance with Trump. So we ended up seeing this really big rally towards the upside. We actually end up hitting all-time high on Tesla. But you can see we started pushing back toward the downside. And now with Trump and Elon battling it out, this is making Tesla a lot more unattractive. As you can see, we have had a pretty big push toward the downside. In the past few sections, Tesla ended up dropping over 18% last week. We basically came right back into the area that Tesla now has to hold. So moving forward, what I would like to see here on Tesla is the hold of your 270s. I personally do not have a position on this name, but if we are looking to continue higher, I would like to see this higher lows be built. And I would like to see this push back up in towards potentially your 330. As for Tesla, we do have the robo-taxi event coming up. We will see what's shape up here in this name in the next couple of weeks. As for the levels, if you go back onto the lower time frames, what I do have here on Tesla, we're going to keep an eye out our 305 and this 295. Strictly speaking of technicals for Tesla, if we can break back above your 305, we can see your 315 here, which is going to be above your Friday's highs. As for some downside, if we break underneath this 295, we can see a push all the way back down toward your 270 on this name. I like to see a hold of these 280s. And now let's go on to the next chart. The next chart I have in this case is Apple's. If we go onto the weekly chart, you can see that Apple has been having some slow growth over the past few years. Currently, it is down 18% year to date. What I would like to see on the Apple is now the whole of your 180s. So this is my key level support. As you can see, we are set to have Apple's WWDC. We also are going to have Apple talking about AI this week. We will see if Apple can recover. I'm a buyer on Apple long term. I ended up scooping some shares around this 180 key level. Now, what I'd like to see really on Apple is the break back above your 200. For me, if we can hold this 200 key cycle level, we can see this push up towards your 220 here on this name. If you go into the lower time frame on the daily chart, so far we have a bunch of consolidation here. But for this run up on Apple, I like to see the higher low hold, which is going to be this 195 and push back toward your 215 here and above. A few other names that I'm interested in. Hood. This is something to talk about on this name. If you go into the weekly chart here on Hood, we are recently broke above your 67 key pivot level. One major news event that we have had, this name was the potential inclusion into the S&P 500. Last week there was a S&P 500 rebalance and AAPL along with Hood ended up getting snubbed out of the S&P 500. I am a long-term believer here on Hood. I have been very bullish on this name for a while. My price target in this case is going to be your all-time highs, 84 and potentially $100 in the long term. Technically speaking, a hold of your 68. I now like to see turn into support for this pushback up and toward your all-time highs. As I mentioned above, your 68 pivot point is going to push this back and toward your all-time highs. 84 and above, what I would be interested on. This name would now be the hold of your 67 key level. Other names that I'm interested in is AAPL. If you look at this daily chart here as well, this was another ticker that got snubbed out of the S&P 500. This has been up around 40% in the past month here. After having this big gap up in the markets, defending the gap level of spinning your 229, we ending up finding some support of this key level. And now we are pushing back toward the highs. As you can see here right now, we have a minor level of resistance spinning your 417. I do expect a little bit of reaction here. If we zoom in a little bit here on the daily time frame, next level support is going to be your 380s. I would like to see it maintain these high lows here on AAPL and a continuation back up and toward your 460 and potentially your all-time high being your 520. As for other name to keep a watch on, Palantir. This one I have been very bullish on for the past few years. If you go onto the lower time frame right here, you can see that Palantir for the past couple of weeks has been consolidating. What I would like to see now on Palantir, based off of the higher time frames, is the hold above your 125. 125, your previous all-time high, back from February. Another ticker I'm interested in is ticker symbols. HIMS. This one was really bullish, as you can see on the weekly time frame, and up coming back for a nice retest of your 25. This is forming a cup and handle here on the daily chart. What I would like to see now is your 52 be used as a support for your continuation back toward upsides. We are building this trend line here for HIMS. So as long as we consolidate, maintain above your 52, a break above your 64, and a close above your 64, we will send this back up in toward your all-time high, being your 73 key cycle levels. So with this being said, these are some of the watches that I am taking a look at coming into this week. I am already positioned in a lot of these places, but we will talk about some entries and talk about some stock that I feel like has a lot of potential here in the coming weeks and months. So make sure you stay tuned to this channel. Make sure you subscribe. Give this video a like. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time for a brand new video. Peace.